And we're live.
Oh,
Hello, Internet,
well, thank you,
for
Joe.
listening.
I'm James.
And I'm the not James.
And this is Productivity and Procrastination, where you follow two schlubs trying to actually
Get their
get
life
something going
together.
on.
Yeah.
That's right. So that hopefully you can bypass a lot of the same crap that we have to deal with.
That's the dream.
So, Joe, it was Thanksgiving week. That's a really big, reason to not do anything. So, how did it go for you?
Let me tell you about my Thanksgiving week. And yeah, sure, I could say, "Oh, Thanksgiving." That would just be sugarcoating everything. That's not the reason. And I feel like I'm in a place where a lot of viewers may empathize. I want to get something done, but there's such a barrier between that and actually getting something done. And it's like I have all these like quote and quote obligations end quote, which I don't. They're not real obligations. They're things I do instead of working because working is hard. Working is, I don't know. I need to, it's like I have a whole bunch more time, a bunch of time, and I don't do anything productive with it. I just distract myself. Like, I do enjoy the time I'm distracting myself because it's like, playing games with family, um, playing games with friends. Last night I watched a movie, which was fun. The movie wasn't very good, but I still enjoyed it.
I was going to invite you to a movie
Wow.
on like Friday or Saturday or one of those days. I was like, I need to get Joe over here to watch Conan the Barbarian with me. Anyway, go on.
And then, I don't know, it's just like, I still haven't seen that movie. Apparently, you consider it a cultural staple.
Yes.
But yeah, I just fill my time with things that are not productive, at least towards my end goal, which is, making money that from my art so that can be my career rather than talking on the phone with people all the time. Don't get me wrong, I think have learned a lot from talking on the phone. Like, I can talk to anybody about anything now. I can make small talk for days. But it's like,
So, how many times did you consciously make the choice to
I can
not do
remember
something?
I can remember one for sure. Um I had just gotten home from D&D yesterday. And I had like a couple of hours to do stuff between that and dinner. And I was like, okay, I should be working, but I was like, I made the excuse that like, I was, tired from being socializing and stuff, and then I needed to rest instead of working. I don't know. I make a lot of excuses to not work, and I don't think like, and they're not real excuses. Like, I do feel like there is some like, oh no, my arm's broken, I can't work. That's not an excuse. Like, to me, that makes sense. Not, oh, I'm tired. I don't know. It's not like I was like, tired. It was more of like a mental exhaustion. But it's still,
So go ahead.
it's just, it feels like I'm avoiding it just to avoid it. And it's frustrating.
Well, this week I used Thanksgiving as an excuse to basically allow myself a few more days of doing nothing, buying a new game with Heather, and we played that in the living room for quite a while. Um, 2 days in a row, basically.
Nice. What game?
Just an old game. It was like um, my time at Porsche.
Oh, that game was fun.
And so we're playing that, and I can't remember what day it was, but it was the end of the day, and everybody kind of didn't want to do anything productive. But, you know, my wife was like, well, I kind of want to work. I kind of don't, you know. And I'm like, well, I'd work. And I kind of had to push her to realize that I really would work. So just decided to come in here, and I worked on the new game idea that we came up with that we
Mm-hmm.
are going to go for. And I wrote quite a bit on that. Um, just powered through it too, like in no time. It was like, and then I decided to research music creation and all of that. So I did that, and I decided on what digital audio workspace I wanted, and I bought that and got that set up, and I've been working on that a little bit. So I've been feeling pretty good
Dang.
about everything. But it wasn't. It was until the last little bit of the week. But I still did make the decision to work. I wouldn't allow
Mm-hmm.
myself to not have something to show for it, especially since I before we had left, I was like, hey, something to keep in mind, maybe think about this and this and this, and maybe write down a few things. And so I felt like, well, since I gave, Joe like a goal to maybe try for, from me, I felt like, it wasn't fair that I didn't do anything. So I made sure I took the time to knock some stuff out. Felt like I was in a good place. But as to your situation, I think we've all been there, and I have to fight that every week, and so I think everybody can relate. I don't think there's one master strategy to how to get through all that. I think it's kind of a culmination of everything that you're going through over time. All those things that you hear about from, oh, is your why strong enough? Is your, what's your this and that? I mean, all that stuff is all just talk. It sounds good
Mm-hmm.
in the moment when you listen to it, but then why didn't that solve me? In another day, you're thinking to yourself, okay. But any one of those reasons can be a reason in any day. I think one important thing though is to make yourself have points in the day or the week where you have to check in and ask yourself the question, you know, those conscious moments where you have to decide, am I going to have something this week, you know, that I can look back and think that I've done something, moved me forward, you know, moved that needle a little bit, or am I going to decide not to think about that? Maybe you might want to put some alarms on your phone, you know, for the week in certain key points where you know, hey, maybe there's a chance that I'm not so busy at this moment where I can check up on myself and go, okay, got some flicker going on. Where you have to ask yourself, hey, this is time to make the decision of whether or not I'm going to take this 1 hour here and do something this week, or if I'm going to use this as another excuse to not. Those conscious moments are important. It comes back to what we talked about maybe a few weeks ago, where we were talking about the attention thing. It's that we have to find those moments where we are really aware of kind of everything, you know, that we talk about. Creating that awareness, keeping it. How do you keep it? Do you have alarms set to remind you of things? Do you have things lying around that remind you of your dreams? I don't know what it will take, but I know that you don't have to be so hard on yourself. Everybody's had these weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I had so many opportunities, and I feel frustrated that I squandered them all. And I think I need to start approaching this more methodically, more scientifically. Like, I need to figure out what works for me in like different experiments. So like this week I want to make sure to write down goals and then see how well I do. And I do want to also set up that alarm. I have a 7:30 take your pills alarm, which is just for my vitamins. And I'm just going to change that to 9:30. So that way that's like also my like cutoff time for like, it's okay, time to work. It gives me an hour and a half of decent work.
Maybe instead of just saying, take your pills, you know, you could change that to include something else as well. So even though, you know,
take your pills, fix your life.
yeah. And then, I mean, there's also, you know, last Monday we did work together. So we worked quite a while. So even though you maybe didn't do anything during the week alone, we still, you know, I'm surprised every week that we just continue to work, you know, for hours and hours after we get off stream here. A lot of the times I'm not feeling it, but I still push because you say nothing about it. so I'm like, all right, well, I'm not gonna be the one that says I feel like gaming, or, you know, we just have been trying to get our life straightened out. So
I did start this. It's like it's basically, I wanted to figure out how to gamify life. Basically turn life into a video game. I know this is something you've explored quite a bit. But I wanted to do my own take on it. And so I have, like, you know, under currencies, I have money. I couldn't think of any other currencies, so I just went with that.
Gold and silver, man.
Oh my gosh. And then
Nothing
I was
like
like,
stacking gold and silver, right?
rules. Like, I have the rules and, like, you know, follow, not follow. There's, like, you know, place to be, car insurance, and just trying to figure out just what it would take
None
to
of those things
gamify
sound
life.
fun. Sorry.
No. I mean, they're all rules though, and like it's like you need to follow these rules, or that's under the rules section of like things you have to do. And then maintaining relationships, important things, and it's like there's a lot of things to consider in gamifying life in a way that is both fun and rewarding, but also maintains your needs or what you have perceived as needs. It's basically re-questioning everything. I'm rewriting things.
Well, I'm not sure where to go with that. So,
Yeah, there's nowhere to go yet. I don't have any final things. But yeah, I do want to start writing down my goals. My goals this week are to get a drawing I'm happy with. And I don't think it's going to take me as long as I think it is to actually get a drawing that I'm happy with that I can put up. It's just going to take me sitting down and, doing it. Or at least a little bit of like practice, and not necessarily if I don't get something off, that's fine, but as long as I practice drawing cute things. And I did like having the days
not exactly sure what you mean by the sentence, but
Oh, yeah. So I like having the days as like, practice drawing cute things Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like just the days of the week, and I can cross them off for the days that I did practice.
I see.
like getting those like in a row, and I like to be more on than off. The act of crossing it off satisfies me in like it's not a big way, but it's so minute. I do feel it though. Like I do feel a sense of satisfaction when I cross off. So I'm gonna try that, and then again I'm gonna switch over my alarm. I point over here, but Alexa's actually over there.
Use them bots.
Yeah. I'm just sad Alexa's so derpy.
Them droids.
Yeah. He's going full grandpa on us.
No, I was the guy, like the bar guy from, Tatooine.
Oh.
They're droids. They're not welcome here. Anyway.
I haven't seen a lot of Star Wars. Or I have, I just don't remember it. Because it's kind of boring.
For the sake of our friendship, I think I'm just going to ignore that sentence.
It's wise. Yeah, I think it's... Oh, yeah, I'm going to actually write down change over alarm. Also, I wanted to draw earlier today, but I've gotten addicted to this pencil, and it's hard to draw without it.
Show me this pencil.
Well, it's just a mechanical pencil with like 2.0 lead.
Have you named it yet, though?
Ooh, the Throngler.
Dude. What?
No, I have not named it yet.
When people pick up their weapons, like good old Betsy, yeah, name your drawing pad. It's that important to you. But anyway, then you can start talking about it and really go full Howard Hughes on me.
I don't understand that reference. Is that the Donald Duck guy?
forget it.
Maybe I should get another one and get like a carrying case with like an eraser that I can take with me. So that way I have a pencil I can draw with on the go. That might be nice.
Yeah, put it in the reward section for when you complete your list this week.
Ooh, I get to buy things as a reward?
Right. If you complete your...
So I have to work for my money. Then as a reward,
there you got your game. If you succeed, you get a gift for yourself. It's awesome.
So what's the requirement to unlock my rewards? Do I have to do everything on my list?
I think you would probably be safe to, if you feel like you earned it at the end of the week. You'd have to look at yourself honestly. Things might be different if the next day you could eat if you did good that last day. you might actually be finding it a little easier to get stuff done.
Gosh, could you imagine? Ooh.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That might be interesting.
That would be hard.
Oh, man, that might be interesting. That might be something I explore in the future.
All right, cool.
It's like I was at a friend's and we were doing D&D, and there's like a section on like one of the character sheets where you can like draw your character, but they had that like really, they have those like thin pencil leads, and I'm just not comfortable drawing with those. Like, cause it's just, they only have one line mark they can make. And I don't know. Cool. I have my rewards now. That's fun. I like rewards. All right. I'm excited about this now. Even more excited than I was before.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you can't forget that you're trying to change your life, and it's hard, you know.
It's hard to stay motivated.
Yeah, and I mean, lately, when I've worked, I've really enjoyed listening to music. Not so much when I'm trying to learn the new program, you know. Trying to learn software at the same time listening to
yeah, that would be
people
hard.
Freaking out in your eardrums. Yeah. So I shut it off then, but now I can write with people freaking out at me, which is kind of weird. I just kind of zone them out and they're just in the background. But the energy is kind of nice, you know.
I have a song that I listen to that doesn't have any words. It's just like really good energy.
No, my new list has all words. People freaking out. Songs I've never heard, but some of them are rather popular. I mean, I've heard them places in commercials and things like that, but never
On
cared.
TikTok.
No. I don't have TikTok.
Neither do I.
But anyway.
I'm too old for TikTok. No, the reason I don't have TikTok is the same reason I don't have YouTube on my quick bar for Chrome, because I would just doom scroll, and I don't want to doom scroll.
Dude, doom scrolling's, it's the bane of my life. You know, I didn't realize I was like addicted to doom scrolling until lately. Now I try to just put in a topic, like if I'm really trying to.
I doom scroll while I'm at work. It makes time go by faster.
Yeah, but it's like the habit. I want to break away from that. I want to have more conscious moments.
Yeah.
You know, Because I now think that their algorithm is designed to give you almost what you want. Like, oh, it's so great. We know exactly what you. Well, why do I have to scroll for 2 hours, and not find the video I want? Because you just give me a snippet of something related to what I want, but you know what I want. You're just not giving it to me. Because then I'll click on something. But anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, got that set up. I got goals set up and a reward, which making spending money as a reward sounds very dangerous, but I'm going to keep that in check, hopefully.
Sounds good. We can make something that really will work. Then if you don't complete it, you buy me a present.
Dang, that's interesting too.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. You definitely write that down as a.
All right.
So anyway, yeah. Well, I am ready to do a little work after this, if you are, and don't give up, people. Find a way.
Yeah. Approach it systematically. Figure out what works for you, because everyone's got their own things that trigger. Because basically, for me, it's about, at least my hypothesis is that it's about making working feel good and making it a part of your life. So that way it's something you just keep doing because you like it. You'll eventually like it. At least ideally. So you want positive feelings associated with it, that type of stuff. At least that's my hypothesis, and I'm going to try to prove that. At least for myself. Alrighty. Thank you for listening. We will be back next week telling you how successful I was and showing you my new pencil that's going to look identical to this pencil. It's going to be incredible. You guys are going to be absolutely floored.
Excellent.
All right. Bye.